In the intelligence world, the end of a career often begins in a place like Osiak. Cole Walker, a deep-cover human asset, just watched his operational identity vanish. A violent chase through the city's market square left his face known to local police and foreign intelligence alike. Walker's survival depends on a specific cold calculus. He operates with a violent pragmatism that leaves no room for high-risk gambles or sentimental rescues. If a mission's math reveals a terminal risk, he walks away. Kate Ellison, a political attaché, offers him a way out of his burned status. Her husband's medical team, with Doctors Without Borders, is trapped behind Russian lines in Ukraine. With his official support evaporated and no way to exit Croatia safely, Walker sees a desperate logic in her off-books request. An unsanctioned mission is the only way he stays operational. The environment is a total vacuum of authority. The scorched ruins of this apartment building represent the only shelter available. Both Russian and Ukrainian forces have marked the medical team as enemy spies, and both sides have issued standing orders to eliminate them on sight. Satellite overwatch narrows the window further. A Spetsnaz kill team is already vectoring toward the team's last known coordinates. Walker has precisely 6 hours to reach them before the sweep begins. To balance the risk, Walker sets an absolute ultimatum. Kate is to follow his lethal field rules without question. Diplomatic ideals have no place in a theater where the wrong hesitation is a death sentence. When official channels are denied, the mission enters the realm of black ops. Survival now relies on a grim willingness to do whatever the field requires. The infiltration phase immediately escalates into a series of tactical collisions. Crossing the border into Ukraine puts Walker and Kate in the crosshairs of double-crossing local militias and preemptive artillery strikes. To survive, they manipulate the drone's infrared eye. Dropping into a freezing ditch masks their body heat from the sensor. But this delay is momentary. A Russian sweep line, soldiers moving in a relentless side-by-side pattern, is steadily forcing them toward the mill in Stary Saltiv. Walker reaches the mill and executes a silent breach. He neutralizes the sentries using close-quarters combat, ensuring the basement hatch remains secure without alerting the surrounding perimeter. The extraction plan meets a hard physical reality in the cellar. Dr. Marcus Ellison is treating a 12-year-old girl with severe internal bleeding. Attempting to move her through miles of wet terrain will tear her sutures and end her life. The tactical insertion is now a siege. The team is pinned down, unable to move the patient and unable to stay hidden as the Spetsnaz cordon tightens. The Russians abandon their broad search and drop a targeted armored cordon directly on the mill. They deploy BTR-80 personnel carriers to seal every exit, bringing an overwhelming mechanized force to a single basement hatch. A data update from Langley reveals the reason for the precision. The Spetsnaz aren't searching. They are executing a specific target package that contains names, roles, and exact coordinates. The source is an intercepted diplomatic cable. It originated from Kate's own terminal at the embassy in Zagreb. The communication bypassed standard security protocols and fed the entire extraction plan directly into the Russian tactical network. Escape through the storm drains leads only to a standoff on the riverbank. In the freezing rain, Walker levels his weapon at Kate, demanding she account for the leak that painted a target on her husband's back. The tension is broken by a Spetsnaz scout cresting the ridge with thermal optics. At the same time, Walker realizes their only escape route is seeded with a mix of anti-personnel mines. Walker is forced to clear an OZM-72 bounding mine in the dark. As he meticulously unscrews the detonator cap with his knife, Kate provides the only possible cover. She takes a life to save the group, firing on the scout before he can radio their position. In this environment, trust is a secondary concern when the entire intelligence system has failed. They flee in a stolen Russian UAZ jeep, but the vehicle is a liability. It carries a hardwired VHF transponder that broadcasts their exact location to every Russian armored unit in the sector. In the back of the bouncing vehicle, the girl's sutures fail. Kate performs a blind field surgery, reaching into the wound to clamp a hemorrhaging artery. The diplomatic attaché is gone. Only the survivor remains. The escape fractures when a Russian Tiger vehicle T-bones their secondary car. 2 volunteers are captured in the wreckage, taken by a mobile patrol before Walker can intervene. Walker faces a brutal tactical calculation. Under interrogation, the volunteers will eventually reveal the rendezvous point. If they talk, the Russians will be waiting at the border to finish the job. Marcus Ellison begs for a rescue, but Walker makes a final, ruthless decision. He leaves the doctor and the survivors to continue the flight, while he returns to the Russian camp alone to eliminate the threat of disclosure. Walker tracks the Spetsnaz command post and waits for his moment. By sabotaging their power grid, he creates a blinding electrical arc that kills the camp's lights, allowing him to step into the darkness to finish the mission. The mission ends with Walker back in the shadows. Success in a broken operation isn't defined by a righteous cause, but by the cold, relentless willingness to do